Where did you live in your first year at Bournemouth?
I lived in Purbeck House actually.
What was it like at Purbeck House?
Um, it had its reputation of being the loud place. However, I think that was in a good way, um, positive for students because it was very easy to socialize. They had their own little events going on at the time, and I think it was really a really good place to start your university journey, especially as a fresher. You had your study room, you had your common room. There was a courtyard between the two blocks, and for me, it worked really well as a fresher.
What kind of vibe is Purbeck? As you said, it's loud. So if we had the spectrum of party to chill slash revising, what side would it be more on, the party side or the chill or revising side?
I think it's more the party side, and
Okay.
I don't want to make it sound like that's a bad thing because there is a balance. Of course, you can't have a too loud party, I guess. But there is the Res Life team there, which consists of students who organize events for every student in the accommodation. So there's a little bit of everything for everyone. It's not just partying.
If we go into your second year, where did you live?
In my second year, I decided to do what I guess most students would do and just live in a house with your mates. So I lived with two other course mates, and we shared a house.
What was it like going from Purbeck to a house?
Oh wow, the stress was big, and I was one of those students who actually ended up in that trap of thinking I have to book a house for next year really, really early on. So we booked our house in January for moving. We had to move in August, and no one actually informed us of what steps we needed to take, whether we could get any accommodation support, even legal support, I guess, for some of the things that we had to do in terms of signing the contract, getting guarantors, because not all of us were British citizens. And I think as well, like sorting out utility bills, things like that. As a first, especially being an international student, it's a new thing, and you don't really get much support.
So then you had your placement year,
Yeah,
and now you're in your master's. No, you would have had your final year.
yeah.
Where do you live in your final year?
Well, I during my placement year, actually, I found that's when Res Life started to become bigger, and I was really interested in working for them. So I applied. I was the first applicant actually, and they offered me instead of the uh, as an assistant role, they offered me a leader role. And I was really happy to accept, which meant that I had to live actually in halls.
Mhm.
So I chose to live in Purbeck House again.
Okay. And if we go now to your York Masters, where are you living?
Um, I I decided to live in it's a student accommodation, but it's privately owned. So yeah, I live in a student accommodation which is in the city center. It's not really on either of the campuses.
Is it a, again, chill slash study or party house?
To be honest, I wouldn't be able to really define, I guess maybe because of the circumstances, but it sounds like it's a more chilled place.
Okay. So if we now go into the Bournemouth